You had a good day so far?
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Good shit.
How about you?
Pretty good, dude. I've rested all day because I've been. Oh, you can throw? Okay.
Yeah, we rolling too, for real. Where the fuck? You live in Richmond?
Yeah. I'm in Richmond.
Because I seen on Twitter you were posting like you were back. I think you said back in your hometown. Is it Roanoke?
Yeah, I'm from Roanoke.
Was it like you like from like the country area out there? What?
Yeah, kinda. So I grew up in like Mount Pleasant, which is like. It's Roanoke, but it's like a weird like country. It's right outside of the city, but it's like right when the city becomes like farmland, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, how close does this mic need to be like that? Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah. It kind of sounds better like the closer you are, but you know
facts.
What I'm saying? It's all good.
Facts. I'm gonna try my hardest to be as close to it as possible.
Do your thing.
But yeah. So honestly, dude, like farmland. I grew up in the country in the woods, really, like woods, like heavily wooded areas.
Did y'all have like fucking farm animals and shit?
Yeah, dude. My mom was into like horses and shit. So she and like my sister did that. My dad had like a chicken coop, all types of shit. Like I did yard work every single day growing up.
It wasn't even yard work. It was just life.
Nah,
life
dude.
work.
If I had a friend that came over, my dad would like make them do yard work with me.
Yeah.
Like if like someone was spending the night, then they would be doing yard work with us.
Nah, matter of fact, we was on the same shit coming up. If we had friends staying the night, you know, they gonna help around the house
Like,
a little bit.
yeah, we had like a mile long gravel driveway up like 2 hills and shit, like just in the cut. So like, right, my dad's just like a workaholic. So like, he would just be looking for shit to do. So like we would rake the driveway by hand, like this like mile long like gravel driveway. We would literally rake the gravel off the grass on the sides because he's like, I paid for this gravel. I don't want it to go to waste if people are driving too fast on my driveway.
I can respect it though. What'd your parents do like coming up? Like what were they like doing for work?
They were they own their own business. So they were like they financial planners. They still are. They talked about work 24/7, literally all the time. But yeah, they own their own business. Like in Roanoke, it was like teaching people how to save and spend their money and shit like that.
Okay, I was thinking, is it for like businesses or for personal people?
Yeah, I think more so personal. Okay. It's like my dad had a lot of older clients. My dad's in his 60s. Like my parents are a little bit older, so they help people older than them type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, growing up, I just listened to a lot of work talk all the time.
Nah, it sounds like doing shit like that. I feel like it also like it just builds your work ethic.
Yeah, for sure.
My
dad did not let me not work, like at all. Like that wasn't an option. It was not an option to like relax.
Which is just an important lesson to learn in life. Period.
Absolutely.
Like for me,
I'm glad I learned it early because if I didn't learn it early, I might not have learned it. Honestly, because
my dad's on the same shit too. My parents kind of, we all always had chores and shit. But for me, like the work ethic didn't really set in until I graduated high school and I became like an electrician and I was working 40 hours a week.
Facts.
That's where I really like was able to tap into like a different gear, like a new gear of just like 100% focus. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
I just now started doing like, I don't know. I worked obviously like full time. Like I worked. All in high school, I worked at the mall. So I worked at FYE, which was like a CD store.
Yeah, matter of fact, so my bad. Just back up a little bit. Like, so how long were you in Roanoke? When did you leave there?
The year I graduated high school, so 2018. Okay. I moved up here because I wanted to get like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to get out of Roanoke, but I didn't really want to go to school because I didn't have a good experience with school growing up. To put it plainly. So I didn't want to go to like college or anything like that, but I wanted to get out of my hometown. And I like had slightly too much. I had like slight interest of going to VCU when I was a kid. I had like friends that had moved up to Richmond. So I just moved up with them type shit. And that's why I really came to the area.
Were you like okay, so you started making music out there though? Were you like,
yeah.
Is there like a fucking scene out there? Or were you like one of the only ones doing
especially.
Shit?
There are definitely some artists out there for sure. It was like a weird, I don't know. Especially when I was in that scene, I was young and I was very like, I was kind of a dick. I was like big headed, so I didn't work with people honestly. And I kind of regret it. But now that I'm getting older, I'm trying to go back to the city and work with people more. Because I know how much it matters to like put on for your area and shit like that. So there is like a slight scene in Roanoke. It's nothing like crazy. Like they don't really be having like
shows and shit.
Yeah, but it's still like there's people out there that work and rap and do music and shit. There's a ton of art that comes out of the city. Yeah, for sure.
So you living in Richmond and by yourself though, or you got like?
I live with a couple of my homies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Richmond scene is crazy too. That's kind of where I seen like that's kind of really where I like really seen this shit like alive and breathing at first. Like before Newport, like I feel like around here, the scene is now kind of alive. Mm-hmm. It's things happening. It's shit's moving. Like it wasn't really like that like 4 or 5 years ago. And Richmond is like kind of where I seen that first. So was that the attraction of going to Richmond? Like it felt like where shit was happening at.
I was getting booked at Strange Matter, which was like an old venue in Richmond. It's not even like still there.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of that.
But when I was like in high school, I would get booked at Strange Matter, and so I would drive up to Richmond, and then like spend the night at my friends' cribs in the city and shit. So that was definitely a big part of why I wanted to come over here, because that was like the only place I'd ever gotten booked before, and so I was like, shit, like I might be able to do shows out here, blah blah blah. But, you know, life moves how it moves, and, you know, things happen for a reason. But I definitely love the area a lot. I really do. And I've become a big fan of it, for sure.
Yeah.
And I I wanted to get closer to, like, the 7-5 as well, because I got, like, homies out in this area. Like, the first artists in Virginia I ever worked with were based in, like, the 7-5 area.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you know who Play Nose is. If you've ever heard of Breeze Park.
Trady was telling me about Breeze Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the first artist that I ever really knew in Virginia. And Play is still one of my best friends. He shoots all my album art. We work together like really closely. I think the world of that man. So like, just being around that type of energy was also something that I was trying to do.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah. Nah. Shit, on that note, man, welcome to the All For It podcast, dude. I'm sitting here with Drew Famous, recording artist from Roanoke, Virginia, currently based out of Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Bro has an album out right now. It's called Head High. We can kind of maybe get into that, how Joey Badass stole your album title.
Nah, bro, we don't even got to get into that, because people be stealing my shit all the time. I don't even...
Nah, it is crazy.
I'm not going to talk about that.
It's crazy how his shit is named that, though.
I don't know. There was definitely some mutuals tagged in that shit. I will say that much.
What you mean?
Like I noticed that there was like people that like knew my people that were tagged in that post and shit.
Oh, I was actually just joking that he stole the shit.
Bro, I don't think he did, but it's also like, I don't know, dude. This shit's weird. I feel like people definitely eat off the underground a lot. Like, and I've been a part of the scene for like a long ass time, honest to God. Like, I've seen people copy my shit, like straight up copy my shit before when I was like a kid. So I know it happens. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think people like actually go out of their way to do that, but I know how it works. So
I think it definitely exists, bro. I mean, we've all heard the rumors, even with like trees low key from around here, how a lot of like Uzi might have took his shit in the beginning, like different shit. And why it come back to a lot of 757 artists. Like, I agree with you, like people are stealing from the underground, but it's like, I don't know.
It's a weird, I feel like this area has a lot more influence, you know, than a lot of people think. Yeah. Because a lot of artists come out of here, and then a lot of artists get so like jaded to the game from here, and like the people that kind of eat off of them end up taking that style and running with it, and then they're just still here. You know what I'm saying? And that's not like a negative thing at all, but that's just how life works. And that's how this industry works, because this industry is shit. So like a lot of times when people figure out how it works, they don't even want to be involved anymore. And I don't blame them at all.
And maybe that's why there's those people that just like want to stay in the underground. Like your fucking Tech Nines, Dizzy Wright, you know.
That's the goal,
like that,
honestly. Like currency. Currency is literally, currency is the goal, I feel like.
You see how he just recently came out and was like he's better retire or some shit, like he doesn't want to tarnish his legacy or something.
He really said that? That's
something. I'm paraphrasing, but something along those lines. Like he don't want to just keep dropping. He feel like if he just keep dropping, like people are like people attention span so short. Mm-hmm. It's like, what's the point? Like he already kind of like, I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm explaining his shit wrong, but it was something like that.
No, I understand that for sure. And he's dropped like a ton of albums just in the last like couple years. That man does not slow down at all. Like he does not slow down at all. It's kind of crazy as hell, honestly.
I feel like I kind of put him in like Tory Lanez in the same lane as far as just like the amount of work and how long they've been dropping this shit. And
yeah, dude, Tory Lanez was signed to Sean Kingston when Sean Kingston had like Eenie Meenie with Justin Bieber.
You remember shit like he was like Remembrance Day, Dependency, like shit like that. He was dropping those in like Hot New Hip Hop, like
facts. I don't even know. Or some shit. I remember what's that shit called? Like Conflicts of the Soul, I think is what that mixtape was called. It was a DJ Drama. I'm pretty sure it was a DJ Drama mixtape. I could be lying though.
Yeah.
But I know he had some drama shit. But yeah, definitely. I fucking love the underground, dude. I think the underground is like where the actual passion is, because a lot of times once all the money comes into it, it's not the same because the goals aren't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can tell when somebody's actually like trying to clear their mind with their music versus if someone's just trying to make money. And that's how the world is. The world fucking revolves around money at this point, like when you're an adult. So it
revolves around money, but I don't think that's what sets it in motion. Like what I mean by that is like, okay, all these things we have, these fucking great things, we could break down technology, your laptop, your phone. It became commercialized. It became like people are making massive amounts of money off it. But what did it start out as? It started out as probably some fucking nerd in the garage, like super passionate about this shit. Like, bro, I'm about to change. I feel like it started with like good intentions and like what you're trying to say, clearing your mind, like shit like that. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that, or
you said money or what? Wait, hold on. Say it one more
time.
Like
things like that. They don't start from that place. But they somehow get there.
Everything's gonna get there. I think because things are created. Usually, if something's created, it's created from a place of passion. And what I mean by that is like if something's created for the first time, someone's creating that for the first time because they want that in the world. But then after that, people see that that's profitable, and then they just want to kind of copy that because they see that. You know, you kind of understand what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm wording it correctly.
No, I get you.
But that's like, I don't know. I think things are like, I don't know. I think things start always in like a personal way, and then they always become depersonalized throughout the world that we live in.
Yeah. Do you think it's partly just because like I forgot who said this, just how much information, how many people we see now, like maybe we're like us as humans, we're not really meant to interact with thousands, millions of people and shit, like like desensitized.
The internet changed everything, bro. We're not supposed to. I read like a thing that said like I don't know, that like basically like we were never supposed to know how many people actually exist with the same thoughts as us and the same like whatever, as well as like we weren't supposed to know like
that's super interesting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think the internet gave a lot of people like the ability to see people that thought like them, but also the ability to see so much like, I don't know how to say it right, but I think you know what I'm like getting at.
No,
like,
where I kind of got that feeling is when like memes and shit started getting popping, like, and I seen like I feel like I never seen anybody with that like my level of humor before. Mm-hmm. Like I felt like I was clever coming up and shit, and we were saying shit that was clever that like no, but not a lot of people was really saying. I feel like our wit I was like on a different level. Mm-hmm. So now I'm getting older, I'm seeing these memes pop up. I'm like, yo, that's some shit I would say, or like that's. I'm like, it's like you said, it's people out there that think like me, and it just like that was a crazy feeling.
Yeah. Like we're not supposed to know how many. I don't know. We're in a world that's so oversaturated in every single like sense of the word that like people's attention spans have dissipated like damn near completely. because they're just always looking for something else instead of focusing on what's going on right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's reversing though, because like the level you're at, I feel like was more like 3 years ago. I feel like I feel like maybe it might have been starting to do with like podcasts, like with more shit that's more long form and kind of it's like reversing that effect on us. Because now we might sit down and watch a 2-hour podcast and be focused on that shit for that whole 2 hours. Like, whereas a few years ago, you might not have done that.
Yeah, but at the same time, like short form is becoming ever more popular. Like, literally just yesterday, I was sitting next to my homie. He showed me Netflix has shorts now. Did you know that?
I seen that.
Netflix is like movies. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. I know YouTube has it. I know like Instagram's got it. Everything's trying to have like a Vine or a TikTok type shit. But like,
she got it. No, Avery was actually telling me some like similar with that, like with the shorts, like why the short form content is so like. Remember when you were telling me this, Avery? Like why it's so like powerful is because it's like us as humans, we're programmed to like look for a beginning, middle, end. Like beginning, middle, end, satisfaction at the end, you get a conclusion, and like in the short form, you get all that super fast. So it's like a hook.
Yeah,
you get the whole rotation.
Right,
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
Absolutely, I definitely understand.
Oh, matter of fact, also, can we get into on Twitter? The other day, you was talking about the stem player, and you were saying some shit like how it's not linear. You feel like it's. You want to dive into that?
I was talking to bro about that in the car. So I don't know. My homie had one. Again, he brought a stem player to my house the other day. So I was fucking with it.
He had the official one?
Yeah, the real one.
I gotta see that.
And the specific record that made me say that was he put Duckworth by Kendrick Lamar on the stem player, which is like, it's the outro of Damn, and like right at the end of the song, it has like, it rewinds. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like
I can't remember right now.
The actual record, like it rewinds. And then it like starts over, and he was like, watch this shit. And he like rewinded the rewinded part, because with the stem player, you can like play shit backwards.
Okay.
So he like played it backwards, but then the backwards thing in that record is like technically them like running through the whole record. I don't know. It's weird. It fucked my mind up. And then he like put it back like forward, and then he hit it backwards again. And then I was thinking, when you listen to that record, like that song on your fucking like iPod or whatever, it like, that's only like a 12-second bit of the song, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Because it's like a time, it's like a line, like it starts here and it ends here. But there's no timestamp. You don't really know where you're at in the song, and it keeps like, I don't know. It basically turns a song from a line to a circle, I feel like. Just because it doesn't like designate a start and a finish. It kind of makes you make your own starting and finishing point in a way.
And that's a better listening experience for you?
It's a different listening experience. It's not necessarily better, but it's different, especially for things that like you already know. Like I wouldn't want to listen to music for the first time like that, because like I'll never know what the song's supposed to sound like. But once I've already know what the shit sounds like, I would.
So you can add whatever songs you want on there?
Yeah.
And do you have to add the stems, or just turn a song into stems by itself?
We were adding my shit to it.
It turns it into stems.
And it turns it into stems.
How the fuck? And it, like, there's no clipping, there's no like faint sounds of
like
other sounds.
MP3s don't sound the best. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just an algorithm at the end of the day. But it did it pretty damn well. I can't lie to you.
That's some good ass software.
It impressed
That's what I was
me.
thinking about.
It's very impressive. It's extremely impressive. And it's like, it does more than just split it into stems, because you can like play shit backwards. You can like edit vocals. You can do a lot of it. It's like, people gonna hook that shit up to an aux cord in DJ parties for 100%. It's gonna change a lot of shit.
I just seen a DJ, and I don't know where, it might have been somewhere in Africa, but it was like DJ something, was like a funny name, but instead of like, boy had like 5 or 6 different cell phones, not even flip phones, like the old just like brick looking phones. Like he had 5 or 6 of them with different songs, and he was like DJing the party, like switching between on cell phones and shit. I was like, hell yeah, you gotta get that shit done, man. But even though I seen he started the stem wear. So I guess he's putting the stem player on clothes now, or some shit like that. I don't know, man. Kanye,
that. But he's always like ahead of.
He's like a pioneer.
Else. Yeah, for sure. But this is definitely something that's like non-existent as far as like the average human.
Yeah.
Like, I can do all this shit to a song, but I have to open Logic and fuck around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even know how to really do that shit. Like,
bro, for me, like, first of all, I kind of had a similar idea like 5 years ago. Not a stem player, by creating a whole new device. I was gonna drop an album and sell it on a shuffle, like an iPod shuffle, and just give it out like that, like make like a certain amount of them. But what I think is super cool about, like, what's really next level about this stem player shit is that he's creating a direct to consumer line for his music. You're not copying it from Spotify, Apple Music. You're getting it straight from me. He's doing it in different creative ways where you can have like a physical piece of it. That's cool too. But even the aspect of just like how I do this shit, I think you do, a few people do it, like dropping shit on Bandcamp, just selling your music directly to your fans.
Bandcamp just got bought out by Epic Games. Did you see that shit?
By Epic Games?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is that a good thing or?
I don't know. I just seen it. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah. I hope they fucking
see. That's why I wanted y'all on the mics, because there's some certain things I wanted to.
I saw that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Epic Games is like the shit that owns Fortnite.
Okay.
And
they're probably gonna ask. Oh no, they started that. They started that already. Yeah.
I seen somebody saying that for
some VR shit.
Exclusive Fortnite.
That's
Hey, we got One Pump and Josh in the building too, man.
Yeah, my homie One Pump's over here, and then my manager Rove is over here. But they're not on camera, so.
He said, but they're not on camera. Nah, but Bandcamp has like, you can like charge like tickets now. People can come in and see like a viewing. You could pay like, you know what I'm saying, just whatever to get into the room and shit.
That's sick. I just saw that Epic Games is apparently owned by the same parent company as Universal. That's what I saw.
Why the fuck is it a monopoly on everything, bro?
Because it's America. Because it's America. And that's because the world revolves around money, and money is fake. But everybody thinks it's real, and so everybody shoots for it. And the world has made it real, because you know what I'm saying, if you don't have it, then you're not good. But
it's like, what's the alternative though? Trading and bartering?
Bro, I'm trying to get back to that shit. I'm trying to get back to that. I will
at the store buying.
I will build your IKEA set for weed. I will move you for my rent. You know what I'm saying? I'll do anything. I will work. I will manual labor work for anything. I would rather do that shit straight up, like trade my like services, than like work for like a base number or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. But that was like the olden days. That was like the medieval times. That's when they would be doing that shit. I trade you a shield for a sword. Yeah.
I see you do like a lot of different odd jobs and shit. Like, what do you work on? Like setting up stages for shows and shit. Like,
yeah, I've been working as a stagehand for the last like year, which is just setting up stages for shows.
Like traveling or just close by ones?
Just like Virginia, like the area. I got booked for Miami to set up the Donda 2 stage.
But I did see that.
Like the day after that we got booked, they were like, actually, Live Nation isn't going to pay for a hotel room or for travel. So we were like, so you want us to go to Miami and then work and build? You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't
get per diem for it.
Yeah, if we travel, then we have to like. I went to set up Jason Derulo's like JMU homecoming tour, and I stayed in like a fucking hotel room in like Harrisonburg for that shit.
Is that the article that fucking dropped when it was like, was it the Donda 2 shit when it was like some they sent Kanye a letter talking about the payment didn't clear, he had to drop $2 million or.
I don't know if that was the specific payment, but I don't know. That's how the industry works, though. Everything is last minute as hell. Honestly, I'm learning that.
You can only plan so much, too. I feel like something always unexpected is happening.
Especially in an industry where like everyone's trying to be their own boss. So like they're trying to make their own decisions. And some people aren't as good at decision making as other people are.
Yeah, you don't really think about that often, like just like a show and shit. Just how many fucking people that it's actually employing, like music. I mean, what is it? You got all the people that's working on stage.
It's a lot of people.
You got all the close by businesses that, you know what I'm saying, people might come into the city that weren't normally there, spend money in restaurants, shit like that. Like, we putting a lot of money into the economy, man.
Yeah, dude. Shows are like a whole stream of money. There's a lot of people that work actual like concerts that you as a
That's their career.
yeah that you as like a concert goer don't even think about at all. It's kind of crazy. I didn't think about it either until I started working in it. But
What's some things you either learned or like some shit you seen that you didn't know doing it?
Just like, I don't know, the way that like it's kind of like, I don't know, like they have to like rent a lot of shit. It's the amount of things that actually go into a show, I guess, is what I learned. Like lights and audio equipment and like how many pieces of stages and like, I don't know, all that shit. Me as an artist, I don't think about any of that shit. I also used to not really thinking about performing very much at all, but like it's just so much shit that actually goes into a live performance, like the actual like art of a live performance that you don't think about at all.
Are they big on safety there? Are they pushing like safety? Hey, Avery, can you open that window from the top?
They should be, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, they ain't on the stage talking about. Hold on, wait. Let me fix this camera real quick. We back, bro. So you were the fucking first rapper to perform in the metaverse?
I was
in the world, or was it like
to my knowledge, I was the first rapper to perform in the metaverse.
Yeah.
And if anybody that's watching this or listening, whatever, knows of a rapper that performed in the metaverse before me, does anybody know the date? What date was it?
Soulja Boy about to come out of nowhere like, nah, fuck that.
What was the date? I'm about to go.
I was the first rapper.
I was there.
Yeah, me and One Pump, 48th Street, and Cole 40.
Oh, weren't you like, were you on the drums?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. We were all in the metaverse. And
He said we're all in the metaverse.
to my knowledge, I don't think any rapper beat me. I didn't even know I was going to be in the metaverse really until like the day before I showed up. I just knew I was doing a live performance. I was stressed about the performance.
I tapped in. I'm trying to remember if I was tapped into the live. I don't think I was doing a live joint. I seen it after. But it was hard though. It was hard. I fuck with the
Yeah, it's still
I fuck with that was Hourglass sessions, right?
Yeah.
I like them. I like them.
They are crazy, dude. They know what they're doing for sure. Yeah.
Are you like hip? Are you tapped into the metaverse at all? Are you fucking? You got an Oculus and shit?
No, I'm not at all. I'm not. That shit is beyond me. But it's cool. I like that it like connects people from all over the world. I'm with that. I fuck with that. I feel like a lot of people are going to be lost in the metaverse as the world progresses, because it seems like everybody's just trying to go like full internet like life on everything, and that shit is lost on me. But the actual things that you can do, like, I mean, I saw firsthand. I experienced.
Open it all the way. My bad.
You good? I experienced firsthand that like I literally performed live, like streamed to it, and it was a concert. There was a bunch of like video game looking ass people like in the crowd from all over the world watching me. And I was in like a warehouse in Richmond.
You know how many people were tuned in to the live?
It was like 90 people.
Okay.
Which is fucking crazy to me, because I guarantee none of those 90 people that was actually in the Decentraland live, not like the YouTube. Because the YouTube was the one I was pushing, because I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. But I guarantee none of those 90 people in the Decentraland like universe knew who I was before that. You know what I'm saying? So
is that the one where it was only people with the Oculus can join it?
Nah, you can just be on the computer. You can just like type in and like create a like a profile or whatever. Because we were in the like metaverse like the day before trying to figure out how it is. It's literally just like Sims. It
just sounds funny to say. We were in the metaverse.
Yeah, bro. It's chilling. Like, I don't know. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. A lot of it is lost on me, and a lot of it is beyond me. But I feel like it's not it's not like at its heart like the best thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seems like it's like trying to like take people out of like reality, like
I agree
more.
I like AR more. Not AR, AR, augmented reality. So like,
what is that?
Like it's like Apple's about to drop those glasses this year. So it's basically glasses where you can see the real world, and then like virtual reality mixed with the real world.
Oh,
so shit could pop into there and shit like that.
Hell no! Nah.
Like, with
like your own. Like basically, this room could be like a Call of Duty Battlefield, basically.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah. Or like if you get a text message, like a bubble will pop up, like you got text, shit like that.
I don't know, dude, that's too much. That's too much. I want to throw my phone across the room and not be alerted that it's going on.
You one of those?
I'm not like an Apple Watch person. You know what I'm saying? That's like too much because, I'm already on my phone way too much. So I don't want to be on it if I'm like trying not to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my like eyesight, because I wear glasses all the time, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want electronic glasses that like show me like when my text message is gone, because that's going to be the future.
That's going to be the future, man.
I think I'm going to die fighting a robot.
You might, bro.
I think I am.
We might all,
because I'm not going to let him win,
bro. What do you say? That boy will say. Nah, I wasn't gonna say like with the metaverse, bro. Like for me, I feel like it's giving me that same feeling that I got when I was a kid and like I discovered the internet, and then just like this hypeness of like
it's like
the connectivity and like which I don't know if it's the same thing or like
I fuck with the connectivity. I met a lot of like my best friends to this day on the internet. So like fuck. So I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't dislike that connectivity. Like I think that's great. But I think people, I don't know, I already spend way too much time on Twitter. So I couldn't imagine being a kid that's like into video games and then realizing like, oh, I can live my life in a video game. Like literally live my life in a video game. Like make money in this video game, cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just like, I feel like it could go too far really easily. That's my thing. But like anything can. So you just have to be able to like,
you know, when they first dropped the radio, they was like, nah, fuck that, bro. This shit, they gonna drop some mass frequency to all the people. It's gonna brainwash us and shit.
They do. That's what radio is. It's like, that might be a little too far. But yeah, it is. That's why like the things that they play you on the radio are like the lowest common denominator type shit. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to like
dumb us down?
Not dumb you down, but they play the dumb you down shit. All right, so here's why I'm saying this. One of the first albums that got me into hip hop was Lasers by Lupe Fiasco.
How the fuck with Lupe?
Because I was like 11 years old and I was listening to that shit. I heard it on the radio. They used to play songs from that shit on the radio because they were literally made for the radio. Like Atlantic Records like made Lupe, like they had pre-made tracks for him and they were like, yo, you got to rap on this beat with this hook on it. You just got to fill in the verses. So he would fill in the verses how he wanted to, but the world don't care about the verses, right? The average world. So those records were on the radio playing, and this man is talking about wild shit. Honest to God, like he was like literally like using these like pre-made radio tracks to like
talk shit about the radio.
Talk shit about the world. He had a record on there called State Run Radio. That's literally about like state run radio, like they play you what like they want to feed you, like programming. That type shit. Yeah. But that album like changed, bro. I had an Occupy Wall Street poster hung up in my room as an 11-year-old. Do you know what that like? My parents were financial planners. My mom was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, where did you learn this from?" And I'm like, "Lupe Fiasco." You know what I'm saying? Like. Like, but he used that shit right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm saying this whole story to say that like radio is like pre-made records that people can then choose what they want to do with it. And I feel like a lot of the time the records that are placed like to the public are like they don't have good messages in them, or they don't have, you know what I'm saying? They don't really have good, like, there's no real content in them. It's just like bullshit. Like, and I think that's purposeful. Like, because I think
agree.
Everything's purposeful, because there's people making these decisions that are like executives for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Everybody's like
I agree with that too, bro. I agree with that, and also I just look at the correlation between what's cool, what's in the music, what's cool in the world, and like the youth, and like even like us we were there at one point too, like coming up, like I just look at that correlation between what's cool and how the youth is acting, what's important to us. It's like that changes what's important to us. It's like they're telling us what should be important to us, and they're not putting like you're saying the positive shit, the impactful shit on the pedestal. Why is it?
Because they don't want the world to be impacted, because they don't want more people to rise up and realize that the world is what you make it.
That reminds me of the fucking RXK nephew, bro. You put me on shot that I listened to the American Terrorist shit. Like I actually love that now. I might have changed my view on the world a little bit.
Glad, yeah.
That boy said, what he said, 5th grade smarter than my parents or some shit like that. You kind of reminded me with the Occupy Wall Street joint. I don't know, man. I feel like the kids know what's up though. The kids gonna save us. The kids gonna save us.
You're gonna see, or destroy us. Kids are wild right now. Kids are wild right now. The kids are, because
they grew up with it. That's all they know. So from the beginning, their ideas and whatever have been contorted based on like what the media is feeding them. And what we always knew the media was doing isn't necessarily what the media is doing now. The media is making you much more of a consumer than it used to, but it's making it more inherent. Now it's making it more inherent in like the way you, like your entire being is based on the things that you consume and how you display what you're consuming. So.
yes, yes. Take that and amplify it. Since she didn't have a mic, amplify that shit in the post.
I guess now it's like now the kids that are growing up don't even know the world before the shit, so they have nothing to compare it to. They just is.
I was talking to my older brother a couple weeks ago about like literally like, because he's like 35 and I'm 22, so like we grew up in 2 different generations and shit, but now there's another generation growing up under me that I'm watching, and it's like the internet basically shows you like the strongest degree of everything at the click of a finger. You know what I'm saying?
All extremes.
Like all extremes. Like it doesn't really show you like the I don't know. When you Google something, they're going to show you the craziest version of something.
Or hate it.
Right. They're not gonna like, I don't know. At the click of a finger, you can see somebody literally die or get fucked. Like immediately. Like anybody can. Like literally, like kids have iPads. They're 5 years old. And like they don't know what they're hearing around them, but they can Google those words and like the shit's gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying? So like
on kids with iPads too and shit, like somebody was telling me that kids are starting to have like that are growing up with iPad shit, that they're starting to have speech problems because growing up like from a baby, they never like they don't talk. They just sit there and listen to somebody talk to them on the screen, and it's like it's something to do with, like they're starting to talk later, or their speech is starting to get like weird because of that shit. Something like that.
It's interesting. I think just like because kids kind of think life is still a video game to a degree, because I think I did like as a kid. So I can't imagine if like a kid now like who literally has grown up in like iPhone world, like. You know what I'm saying? But if they're seeing the extremes of everything and they don't realize that life is like reality, then they then treat reality to the extreme, you know? And like, that's why kids are just fucking going crazy right now. Honestly, I feel like kids are like, not all of them, obviously, but I feel like it's getting like significantly worse, like by the year, of like how wild children are acting. Like, cause like, I don't know. It's weird. It's interesting. And I feel like people probably said that shit about like every generation, but like specifically in the internet age, it's wild.
When girls started showing their ankles, society lost their minds. Bitches are showing their ankles, it's getting wild out here. Like
If only
bitches are showing their ankles.
If only those people from that time could fast forward to now to see what they showing now. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, "Oh, they showing it? Oh, come on!"
Crazy.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we gonna be good though, man.
We will be. I mean, Something's got to happen, either good or bad. Something.
I definitely think we're like at a very, very pivotal point in history, though. Like,
oh yeah,
depending on how we play our cards right now in this little 5-10 year gap, that's gonna really determine how it's gonna be for the next like 100 years. Like, I think could be good.
I don't know.
Could be fire.
Honestly, I think the progression that's going to be made in the next 20 years is going to be mind-boggling. Because I know this shit, they've already made, like, robots that can, like, do shit. You know what I'm saying? They just aren't out in the world yet. I don't know. I've gotten really scared of robots in the last couple weeks,
I think once porn gets a hold of the robots, like, once they take it in their hands, that's what's going to really advance it. Mm-hmm. We're going to have robots jerking you off by next week.
Yeah.
Say what?
They will.
Like sex toys.
They do. That's real. That's a thing. It is a thing. And that's really what some people want. It's crazy.
A sex robot?
Yeah. It is. I'm telling you. You think I'm lying, but I'm not. I'm not speaking for myself, but I'm saying I've heard people fantasize about it. It's real.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna sip this yerba on the show. I never tried one before.
Yeah, man.
Can we get into the yerba sponsorship? How that happened? What fuck does that mean to you?
It's not really like a sponsorship. I'm literally just like part of like the ambassadorship, technically. So I can like fill out a form and get yerbas for like events. So I pass out a bunch of yerbas at my shows. I fuck with them a lot. I love
they give them to you for free though?
Yeah.
But I got supposed to be like healthier than a Red Bull or something?
Basically, yeah. It's organic. It's organic. The normal shit, like the actual like non-flavored yerba is actually like 5 calories and it's like 110 milligrams of caffeine or some shit like that. Like, it's wild. I don't even know how it's possible.
I feel like I just got a caffeine boost. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That should be hitting. It does
a different feeling than the coffee.
It does it. I don't know. I've never really been a coffee guy.
I drink coffee.
I'm not even really a caffeine guy, but yerba's kind of turned me into a caffeine guy. He feels me. He knows.
I like the. What do you think? What are your thoughts on just like with this shit, like sponsorships, like partnerships, like building a brand, attaching yourself with different brands, like shit like that?
I think it's cool. I just recently realized that being an artist really means just building a brand and selling it, like as a person, like a personal brand. And I don't know, that shit is still weird to me. That shit ruined the whole thing when I really realized that like everybody's just selling a brand. You know, but I do fuck with partnerships. I do fuck with like, cause like you are a brand and then they're a brand and you have to work together because it's business. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like if you're trying to like professionally like live off of this, then you have to treat it like a business and not just like art. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, the aspect of like building like a brand off of a person is like wild to me, honestly.
Like fucking, if you think about Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole or some shit, like it's like an extension of you. It's bigger than you. It's like I don't know. I like how a lot of people's brands are now like becoming more like authentic to them. Like before, I feel like in Hollywood and in this entertainment shit before, like back in the day, you had to like be something you're not. Even if you're like, you know what I'm saying, you're cool, you know what I'm saying, you can make hot shit, whatever the fuck you're doing. It's like people still had to act a certain way. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like artists try to be like, I feel like they had to act like professional or like some that wasn't authentic to them to like, just because they were like, just to be part of this system and this industry. And I feel like it's not that anymore. I feel like all the top entertainers right now, they're pretty much super authentic to them. Mm-hmm. They don't really care about what the fuck is, you know what I'm saying, industry standards.
I feel like the ones that are being pushed often aren't. But then the ones that actually like build themselves and end up making it are the ones that are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's like back to the whole radio thing. Like executives aren't going to push something that's like culturally beneficial. They're going to push something that's beneficial to them, you know? But when like actual people are pushing and like revving up behind somebody versus like like companies revving up behind somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the difference. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it, man. I don't know. I feel like the people kind of now also just. I feel like all these like the people who are usually influence like what's cool or what the people are doing. I feel like they're slowly losing their power too. With the internet, with all this shit, like you can't tell us what to think anymore, bro. I got all the information now. I can look at everything, not just the one little view you told me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can make my own decision. What was I gonna ask you too? All right, so on some music shit too. So I'm tripping out. Head High is the album that's out already, or the one that's
Head High is out right now. Head High is out.
Held High.
Head Held High
Dropping.
is yeah. So it's like an expanded version of Head High. It's basically I dropped that album and then I was like, I have so much music from that, and I was still making music like in that realm of it. Yeah. Originally I wanted to do a full 17-track album, and everybody around me told me not to, because they were like, that's not. I don't know. You got to be like concise to the point or whatever. And so I did it, and I dropped the concise version of it. And I realized that I hadn't told the full story. I had told a story 100%, and it is its own body of work. But I have a version of it that's like twice as long, that's coming out in the next couple months, that paints the full picture. There's songs that are extended. There's songs that are like totally different versions of them. There's like 8 new songs on it. It's retrack listed. Yeah, only 5. So 5 of the records are exactly the same as they were on the first one. And then everything else is new material. But it's like, I don't know, everybody drops deluxe versions and shit like that. And they try and like game streaming with dropping a bunch of tracks. But I never really wanted to do that unless I did it my way.
Yeah.
And so this is like my deluxe, if you will say. But it's like, I think you'll come away with it with a full view of what I mean. Like through my art, I think you come away with it like with a different understanding than the original version.
What was the story you feel like you told in the first one, and like what was missing?
The first one. So the mantra of the whole thing was, I said I got my head held high, smoking till my head high. So the idea was like, I'm trying to present myself that I believe in myself, but I'm still like covering up issues type shit. So like I got my head held high, so that's like I'm presenting myself to the world as I like am fully like in myself. Smoking till my head high, so I'm smoking till I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like not viewing the world in a normal light. So that was more focused, I feel like, on like just like the whole like the sound and the like the smoke of it. And I think I told that and I made that clear. But the full version is really focused on like the actual like self-belief, and like self-realization in it as well. I don't know. It's a different picture. It's a different picture than the first one is. And I think a lot of people might be confused by it and be like, why are you dropping the same album twice? Or like blah, blah, blah. I know I've gotten a lot of people like asking me that shit because they don't really understand. But I really believe in the music so strongly that I know that it'll be understood when it's a part of the world. And it's my vision. It's exactly what I want to do, and I'm not letting anybody tell me not to do it. So yeah, it's crazy. It's honestly, I have Left Brain from Odd Future on it. I got a song with him. I got like One Pump's on a record. I got so many people from Virginia on it. I got fucking RXK pulled up to Roanoke to record. We did like 4 records, but one for the album. Like it's a lot. Like I kind of feel like I made the album of my dreams that I always have wanted to, and I never really knew if I could do it and I made myself do it, and I did
That's
it.
the one that like took your whole life to make.
Yeah, I've literally been working on this music like a lot, like this music for like 4 years, 3 years at this point. Like some of these songs have been like around for forever.
Yeah.
And they've had so many different like versions. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I dropped the first version and I was like, actually I want to change this. I want to make this song longer. Like I want to do, you know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't make up my mind because I believe in the music so much that I wanted to keep seeing what I could do with it.
Yeah. Back to Kanye too. Like that's the first time I seen that where like like when he dropped The Life of Pablo, that's the first time I seen like a album evolve. Like you know how he went back and tweaked it, added songs, took songs
Incredible.
out. Like, just like so it was just like it made me start thinking of music as an evolving thing. Like it doesn't have to
Exactly.
You know?
It doesn't have to stay the same. And it's the artist, so the artist does with it what they want.
You touched on like self belief and shit. Any thoughts on just like building your self belief? Because I feel like it's something that it doesn't just come all at once. It's like you go through life, you experience different things that give you little bits of confidence. You try different things, achieve different things. Like
I'm working on it so hard. Like I don't know. I started the like one of the original things that attracted me to hip hop was that it was a lot of shit talking. And I was a kid who like literally like did not like myself at all. But when I listened to that type of music, I was like, oh, like I'm on, you know what I'm saying? Like it would just like pump me up. So that's like still like as I've grown up and I've realized like why I'm doing music and like what I want people to get out of it. It's literally the feeling of like you can do anything, even though honest to God, I don't always believe it myself, like at all. Like, but I'm forcing myself to, and I'm making sure that like that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, because coming from Roanoke, it's not like that is not something that anybody thinks that you could do. Yeah. It's not like, I don't know. And coming from a lot of parts of the United States, like I know people don't feel like that. But the world, I don't know. I want the world, anybody in the world to feel like they can make the world theirs, and literally just be themselves to the fullest extent. They shouldn't be trying to be somebody else because that's like the biggest. I feel like that's the biggest issue with people is when they're trying to be something that they're not. They're trying to force themselves to be something else. Yeah,
I feel like that's what I got and still get from hip hop too. Just like that self confidence. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Head held high. Is there a date for that?
Not yet, but it'll be out soon. It's getting mastered right now. It's totally done. I mean, like the music is totally done. It's all mixed. It's in its last step of being as crispy as possible. So I don't know, 2 or 3 months. I don't want to wait too long, but I have to get a couple loose ends tied up with like the whole promotion and marketing aspect of it. Yeah. But it'll be out as soon as I can put it out, honestly, because I'm not very patient.
You gonna do the whole like sell it first yourself, or are you just gonna drop it everywhere?
I don't know. Honestly, I would like to maybe sell it first myself, but I am not really too sure, honestly. If people want to buy it, I can sell it to them. But I'll probably, by the time that it comes out, it'll probably just be everywhere, honestly.
What's that fucking video called, bro? Or what song is the one where you were doing the workout shit?
Look at that.
Look at that. That shit was hard.
Yeah, thank you. That was when I was like 17, 18.
Yeah, you look younger than that. I never seen that till today. I guess I never went that far down on your page.
Yeah, bro. I've been rapping since I was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
So it's been a long fucking time. There's a lot of footage.
I'm stoned as hell. You touched on it a little bit. You wanna go into like how the RXK nephew feature came about?
Yeah. So I met him at a show that Scholarship threw.
Shout out to Scholarship.
Yeah. And where was it? It was in Virginia Beach. I was like just a fan of him. My homie Gravy showed me him, and like that shit changed my life. I was like, bro, I've never seen like this.
Was the American Terror shit the first shit you heard?
That was the first thing. He walked in the room and put that shit on the TV and was like, listen to this, because everybody in the room was listening to RX Poppy, and he was like, nah, you gotta listen to RX Nephew. He just walked in the room, and it was, bro. Anyways, so I met him at that show, and I talked to him, and I was like, bro, we fuck with you down here. It's crazy how much Virginia specifically like loves that man.
Where's he from?
He's from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
But I swear to God, all of my friends like love him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah. So I met him there, and like we followed each other type shit. And I hit him up. I was like, yo, do you do verses type shit? Like a while ago. He was like, yeah, type shit. I was like, all right, well, I'll hit you if I have a song. Like, I'm not just gonna send you some shit. Like, I don't know. I'm very specific in what I do, especially like if I'm getting a feature or something. Like, I'm not just trying to get a feature to get a feature. Like, I want to do something cool. So I went to Roanoke to finish Head Held High. I had 3 records left to finish on it. One of them, I had to finish like some background vocals on track 7. I had to redo the shout outs on the intro because on the original Head High, I like shouted out everybody that was involved. So on Head Held High, I redid the shout outs because more people were involved. Yeah. And then I had to figure out track 12. That was like the big thing that I had to do. Cause I knew I wanted it to be called If I Trip. Fuck.
You good?
Again, dude. I knew what I wanted it to be called, and I had like a couple versions of that song too. Like literally like 2 separate versions of that song, and then I had like a third one that I'd like tried it on. But I was like, I want to figure out like how to finish this song. And the idea of the song was like, if I trip, I best not say too much shit. So like if I like expand my mind with those substances, then I shouldn't like say too much shit because I'm like, I'll dig myself a grave in a way. Like, I feel like I kind of just be going off sometimes. And I shouldn't say everything that comes to my mind. But I literally was like, yo, what if I put RXK on this shit right after I said that? Because literally everything that he says is just like the first thing that comes to his mind. Like, he's literally the exact opposite of like the statement that I made. And so I just messaged him. I was like, yo, like, I have the song. I'd seen that he was posted in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so I was like, yo, I have a record. I'm in Roanoke. Like, come and eat shrooms with me. And then let's do this verse. That's like exactly what I sent him. And he responded and he was like, all right, send me the address. Like, let me see where you at. I sent him the address. He was like, oh, you only like 2 hours out. Like, yeah, I'll be there. And so we waited, like, he was like, yeah, I'll be there, like, I don't know. He was supposed to be there, like, evening type shit. He pulled up at 3 a.m. Like, he said,
yeah, you still got them.
He walked in the house with a Newport 100 in his mouth, like smoking a Newport. Went straight in the bathroom, and then he came into the like room where we were at, and he was like, all right, so like, what's up? Like, bro, that shit was crazy. I felt like that's like Lil Wayne. That's like the closest thing to Lil Wayne in present day. I swear to God, I've never seen nobody rap like that in my life.
No, to me, it was only bro. There was a few moments in my life where my perspective changed like that. One is when I heard the Illmind of Hops and 5. No bullshit. Being like 16 here, yes, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
And then on that shit, I'm like, hold up.
I was there.
I could really like that shit. Really resonated with me, bro. No
that
bullshit.
Shit is crazy, dude. Yeah, he literally came in the spot. He wasn't even there for a whole hour. He was not there for a whole hour. He sat down.
He's like, bro, it took me like 13 hours to get here.
Bro, dead ass. He was like
on a horse and a boat.
Yeah, like and it's crazy because we were literally like, the spot that I was at my homie David's crib, which is literally in the woods. Like, it is not.
You probably couldn't find that shit.
No, nah, bro. It was Slitherman in the woods. Like, it was like the most like perfect like destination for this man to like come to. Like, his whole thing is like, I'm like Slitherman. Like, I don't know. It was wild. But yeah, dude, he wasn't there for a whole hour. He walked in the crib, rolled up.
So y'all didn't do the shrooms.
Nah, he did.
Okay.
He ate the shrooms. Yeah. He was rolling up, and I was talking to him. We just like talked about like rapping and shit.
Yeah.
I was talking to him about his style, whatever. And then I gave him the shrooms. He just ate like a little bit. He didn't eat a lot of them. He said he didn't like how they tasted. I understood.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah. I was trying to get him to sip the yerba with him, but I didn't explain to him what a yerba was, and so he might have been a little bit suspicious. I don't blame him. But yeah, so he ate the shrooms, and then he was like, all right, I'm ready. I was like, you're ready? He's like, yeah. And so I was like, all right. Like, and I just like sat down and started recording, and he rapped for like 2 minutes straight on my album. And it did not take him more than 5 minutes to record that shit. Like, barred in. And then after that, he was like, all right, like, let's do some more. Because I'd already talked, like, if he's going to come to town, like, we'll do a couple. So I just started loading up beats. And he was like, just record. Like, I don't even need to listen to it. So I did not know what beats I was putting, like, in his headphones. Like, I was just pressing record on him. He was rapping, like, a whole verse. And then he'd be like, all right, like, throw me another one. He did not listen to this shit after he recorded it. Nothing. He just wanted to go on to the next one. And then when so like 45 minutes later, he leaves, and we're like, what the fuck? And we start going through everything we have, and we're like, bro, like, what the hell? How? Like, I never seen nobody record that much material that was that like good in that manner, like, ever in my life. That shit was wild as hell.
You might have to sit on those for a little bit.
Yeah, we know what we're gonna do.
You know what
We're
I'm
gonna do
saying?
something with them, but.
Yeah.
The main
Nah,
record is on my
ridiculous.
album.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That was wild as hell. That was some wild shit.
Hey, now you put me on with him, and I also gotta say shout out to Will Amadeus. Shout out Will, because he's who put me on with you.
Facts.
That's who,
yeah.
like, that's where I even first seen.
That's my homie. That's my homie. He's on my album too. Will's on my album. Yeah, we've done like so much music together. I fuck with Will because I was just trying to chill with him one day. I was like, dude, I ain't even trying to do music, nothing. Just like, let's smoke something. He came over and he was like, well, let me pick through beats. Like, let me figure out something. We ended up making like 3 songs that day. And I was like, damn, bro, I really fuck with you because you really came through and like made me work. Yeah. That was like a beautiful energy. I fuck with Will. He has that fucking energy in him. He knows. Yeah. That's my man.
Shit, bro. We about an hour in. I feel like that might be a fire spot to leave him at.
Facts.
On that dope moment in the woods with the Slither Man.
Yes, sir.
Fucking yeah, bro. You want to lead the people or anything? Head held high. On the way.
Head held high is gonna
now.
be out as soon as I can. I got like 6 albums out right now on streaming, so go and listen to all of them. Drew Famous, DREW space famous.
Hell yeah. Thank you for sliding, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I
Thank you
appreciate
for having
it.
me, man.
Yeah, bro. Shit. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Check out bro's music. All his links will be in the description. And like I always say, fuck with the artist from the 757. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Peace. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
All right.